Buenas tardes, niña hermosa, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va?
Eso de no conocer bien los nombres de los pecados me costó a mí una vez un disgusto muy grande.
¿De veras?
Oh, ¿sabe cuánto me duró el disgusto ese?
¿Cuánto?
180 días, chico.
No.
Es uno de los disgustos más largos que yo he tenido, chico.
No se lo digas a nadie, pero felicidades. Pensabas que iba a tardar, ¿verdad? Pero fue más rápido de lo que imaginabas. No dijiste nada y preferiste quedarte en silencio, y a partir de hoy es así como vas a actuar. Felicidades, no contaste nada a nadie. Ahora quédate en silencio, porque pensabas que iba a tardar, que no iba a llegar o que no iba a suceder. Antes de continuar, necesito la confirmación de que este video es para ti. Dios me dijo que es para una persona. Tal vez este video alcance a millones, pero es para una. Quiero confirmar si es contigo. Vas a hacer clic en la flechita aquí. Ahora sabes WhatsApp. Haz clic allí. Si la primera persona que aparece es una mujer, es una señal de Dios de que es para ti. Hecho esto, vas a poner tu nombre en los comentarios y vas a decir: Reina, es conmigo, y tu silencio mostrará que quien trabaja es Dios. Lo que sucederá en estos días no será tu culpa, no será tu intromisión ni tu acción. No vas a decir nada, no vas a hacer nada, solo vas a observar esperando en Dios, y cuando lo imposible suceda, todos verán que no tienes nada que ver y quien lo hizo fue Dios. Por eso te felicito. Aguantaste hasta aquí y no vas a desistir. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque estás cerca de suceder. Dios manda decir que estás cerca de suceder. Tu victoria, tu cambio. Él lo hará por ti y a través de ti. Quédate en silencio. Sigue aguantando porque no tardará. Lo que ha de venir, vendrá y no tardará. Y es exactamente por eso que quiero orar por tu vida, para que esta palabra se mantenga firme. Deja tu nombre aquí y recibe una oración de la Reina en esta bendición. Gratitud.
Even says cassettes have led to a 46% drop in the need for sedation in children needing an MRI. How huge is that? To walk them through it and for them to be a part of that process. Absolutely. Pretty special. A big step on the path to peace for the Middle East. Straight ahead, we'll talk about what's next as Hamas has now released all the remaining hostages. And are you missing any packages? UPS might have just thrown it out. No! Yeah, why shipping centers are saying tariffs are making their jobs harder.
A frightened helicopter crash injured 5 people over the weekend after Homestead in Huntington Beach. This morning, what we're learning about the pilot and the people injured in the crash.
Full-size Ashers. The Lexus TX, a three-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing.
Get special offers on select Lexus models. In London, Smoothies and Cotino, the first story living by Disney New Home Community. The Cotino Bay dazzles and inspiration is right outside your door. Just imagine. Better yet, come see for yourself.
And then he pressed against me with his bold, toasty, cheesy arms. I was helpless from its gaze. What?
Is irresistible.
Cheesy body. And he said, devour me. And I bit him. Where? Everywhere. Nine inches away.
We've swallowed their fatigue quick fixes for years. Enough. New Recharge by Energy. With CoQ10 and vitamins D3 and K2, our fast-absorbing formula strengthens and energizes you from the core. No quick fixes necessary. Energy. We can save ourselves.
Is KCAL News Mornings.
And good morning. It is 8:30. It is Monday, October 13th. I'm Janice Reveal in for Chief. And I'm Jane Lucas. We want to get straight to our next weather forecast with meteorologist Serena Jericho, who's tracking rain.
That's right, we've got our big first storm system of the season that's moving in as we head into tonight. And it is already starting to collect clouds, and we will continue to see those clouds roll into our entire viewing area. Looking down from Blue Ridge, we can see that those clouds are starting to invade, and they will really start to set up shop as we push into the rest of the day today. So with cloudy skies, we are going to be looking at temperatures that are really chilly throughout the day today. So highs are going to struggle to even hit the 70s with 69 in Lancaster, 68 in Glendora. These are not temperatures right now. These are highs for this afternoon. 69 in Moore Park, 71 in Culver City, 67 in Mission Viejo, and 71 in San Bernardino. This is a very cold system. I'm not only tracking the rain, I'm tracking how cold those temperatures are going to get behind it. That's all coming up. This is your next weather forecast. Kalina?
All right, Marina, thank you so much. Take you outside for a look at your conditions, traffic-wise, and a reminder, Marina's giving you air warnings, so please plan ahead when it comes to the forecast, the weather, the rain we're going to see. I do have a new problem in Highland Park. It's a crash on north on 110 before Avenue 52. Two right lanes are blocked off here. There is an 11-minute backup now associated with this incident. It's leaving the 5 freeway to Avenue 52, so give yourself a 7-minute head start. You should make it on through time. The rest of LA at the moment, we're seeing more green that we typically see. It's relatively light out there for this Monday morning ride. I do though have this stalled favorite in Whittier, southbound 605 at Whittier Boulevard. The middle lane is blocked. It's about an 8-minute ride, but now you can see that it's building before that 60 freeway off the 10 instead. So give yourself about 8 minutes to get through that stretch of the roadway, and that 5 freeway heading southbound now, leaving Commerce to the 605 is 17 minutes. Jamie and Jasmine, back to you.
Rita, thank you. It's a historic day in the Middle East. All the Palestinians and living hostages with Israel taken by Hamas 2 years ago have finally been released. This morning, President Trump met with the families and addressed Israel's parliament.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death, and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God. It's the start of a grand concord and lasting harmony for Israel and all the nations of what will soon be a truly magnificent region.
Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel have also been released. President Trump is now in Egypt for that summit with world leaders, warning them on Gaza's future. Yeah, there's a lot. To talk more about that future and what comes next, we're joined by USC Professor of Political Science and International Relations, Douglas Shepard. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
So President Trump this morning said he's the greatest friend Israel has ever had in the White House. Can you talk about what he potentially means by that, and what that, and this seems to be true with this latest development of what's happened this morning?
Well, make no mistake, this is a great day for Israel. It is something that I think we've all been looking forward to. He's not the only president that's been able to have these breakthroughs. I think Jimmy Carter and the Camp David Accords bringing peace between Israel and the first of its neighbors. And Bill Clinton with the Oslo Accords, I think, both played, some pretty important roles. That being said, Donald Trump is incredibly popular in Israel. They have embraced him quite a lot, and I think there's a lot of Israelis that probably would agree with that statement.
Yeah, I mean, he got a standing ovation, a lot of cheers there. President Trump, he is calling this a historic dawn of a new Middle East. Can you talk about what you think that means? Because, you brought up Russia, Ukraine, Iran, and so on.
Well, first of all, this should be celebrated. This agreement, this ceasefire is incredibly important. The president does have a tendency, however, to use a football term to spike the football upon every game. This is beginning a peace process. Now, the wonderful thing is, it's brought something that the region hasn't had in an awfully long time, certainly not since 2000, the failure of the peace negotiations there. And that's some hope that we might eventually end this conflict. I wouldn't declare it over. This is the first stages of peace negotiations and of a peace deal, and even his proposal has not been agreed upon by all of the actors. But it's a new dawn. It's an opportunity for a new dawn.
I think they've been very, very careful to say that this is stage one. We keep hearing stage one of this long plan. I do see so many of these emotional scenes of the hostages being released. You have Palestinian prisoners meeting with relatives. How do you think these images in stage one will end up kind of playing out?
Well, again, I think it's building some hope, and I think that's incredibly positive. And these emotional responses are they're wonderful to see families reunited. This has been far too long. These hostages have been held. I think it hopefully is building momentum so that some incredibly difficult negotiations that the parties will face going forward, that there's going to be some momentum pushing them, that the leaders...
¿Sabías que los hombres más cariñosos, fieles, detallistas, románticos, alegres, encantadores y que saben querer muy bonito siempre llevan una A en su nombre y una Z en su apellido? Puede que no sea una regla exacta, pero quienes han conocido a un hombre con estas cualidades saben que tienen un brillo especial. Son hombres que no solo entregan amor, sino que lo hacen con sinceridad y entrega total. No juegan con los sentimientos de nadie, porque conocen el valor de un corazón leal, Son esos hombres que marcan la diferencia en la vida de una mujer y que, cuando se van, dejan un vacío imposible de llenar. Así que, si tienes cerca a un hombre con una A en su nombre y una Z en su apellido, valóralo, porque no todos son capaces de amar con esa intensidad y ternura. Y si tú eres uno de ellos, sigue brillando, porque el mundo necesita más corazones como el tuyo. Si estás de acuerdo conmigo, únete a nuestra comunidad y deja un 100.
Nixon helicopters posted online saying the pilot and passenger are safe and were taken to the hospital after the crash. Friends of Nixon's also posted online about his injury, saying he broke ribs and fractured his spine. City officials say the pilot and helicopter were set to take part in Cars and Choppers. That was an event here in the parking lot on Sunday. They carried that on as usual. The event is a fundraiser for the police department as well as the community, and organizers tell us that they are giving some of the proceeds to help with those injured in this crash. The NTSB says it will have a preliminary report out in the next 4 weeks. Reporting in Huntington Beach, Rick Montanez, 8 News.
We'll look forward to having that, right? Supermodel Tyra Banks says she's invented a new dessert, hot ice cream.
Yeah, or the hot chocolate. She says it's not just melted, the desserts for big debate online. And Taylor Swift taking fans behind the curtain how you can see her record-breaking Eras tour like never before.
We're going to take the soul, returning to Crenshaw Boulevard on Saturday, and we will be there. You can catch us live at 9 a.m. in Cape Town, or come by, say hi to us in person. Head to Crenshaw Boulevard between Soccer and Obama and stop by our booth during the time.
Best new cars. Honda. Make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get 0.99% financing on certified pre-owned Hondas. A 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty and first-year oil changes on us. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Surest is the most hassle-free plan that exists.
The Surest health plan provides all the medical coverage you'd expect with a traditional plan, but changes how employees use it, helping them navigate the complicated healthcare system and giving them more control over how much they pay. Surest members had 54% lower out-of-pocket costs. And when members save, employers have the potential to save too.
Drip, drip, drip. Like, people don't wake up and just decide, let's get a divorce. There were signs. Companies don't...
Anyone who tells you stay proud, probably never won.
This production's been cut in half. The Lions have 2 running backs that are more productive than Saquon Barkley.
Hey, it's me, the grilled cheese. Yeah, I look good, but I could use some zhuzh. Ooh, you're using Ken's honey mustard? Sweet gifting. Now this is how you dress up a grilled cheese. Like me, good way to sexy or dress. Ken's, the first name and flavor. This color's almost...
Done talking is back. This time, the adrenaline's higher.
This one,
The heat's harder. And the hunger is stronger.
the cold is
So get ready to mask all, because it's time to eat the fly. Grab your tickets now.
No matter which LA football team you root for, you're probably feeling pretty good this morning. You know why? Because both the Rams and the Chargers came out on top yesterday. Chris Haley joining us live from Burbank to break down those games. Hi, Chris. I see you're still inside Bob. I want to know, did you order anything yesterday?
Me and Victor ordered coffee. We're going to get some breakfast when we have a little bit more time, but I
I'm actually very hungry right now, but I love what happened over the weekend with all the football teams. I guess we'll start with the Chargers. I was in Miami yesterday, and it was a lackluster first half, but the Bolts came out on fire to start the second half. They scored on their first possession. They intercepted Tua Tagovailoa on the next possession, the Dolphins' possession, and then that was the second touchdown. So you thought the Bolts were going to roll, but it was a furious Dolphins comeback in the fourth quarter, which led to 46 seconds with one timeout. And Justin Herbert, guys, made the play of the week, really. I've never seen a quarterback shed a huge defensive end the way that Justin Herbert did to get the ball away from Honky, who made a juke, went 42 yards down the field. And of course, Cameron Dicker, who we all know and love here at CBS Los Angeles, kicks the game winner. The Chargers put down so many guys. They're now 4-0 in the AFC, 4-2 overall. They snap a 2-game losing skid, and you hope that this is the start of maybe getting on a run, getting some guys back. They have the Indianapolis Colts Sunday at SoFi Stadium. They're 5-1, so it would go a long way to maybe get a couple of guys back, beat the Colts, and get to 5-2.
Oh, I agree. Sorry, I thought you had more.
I'm sorry. I'll keep going if you want me
He's thinking
the Rams are 4-2 now as well. The thing about the NFC West is everybody's 4-2. The Niners are 4-2. The Rams are 4-2. The Seahawks are 4-2. The Cardinals are low sub-500 team. This was an ugly window for the Rams. They only possessed the ball for 22 minutes. A very ugly first half, but they did enough to win. The Ravens are so beat up, so you have to take advantage of those games when the opposition has so many guys down. So the Rams lost Puka Nacua in this game. He did return. Didn't do too much when he did return, though. So I look at Matthew Stafford being able to lead the charge and doing just enough to win. And that's where we are in the NFC West. The Rams are 4-2. In the AFC, the Chargers are 4-2. So all you can ask for in October is to have your teams kind of right in the thick of things. And it's fun to see what's going to happen next week because the Rams, they play the Jaguars in London. So that'll be an early game here on the West Coast. And I mentioned the Chargers against the Colts on Sunday. Yes.
That's right. Well, yeah, take that off. But did you say you were in Miami yesterday? So, I mean, what time did you get back last night?
I teleported here about we got it. We got it late last night. I said, you know what? What's on little Bob's people like early in the morning? Give them coffee. We'll get some breakfast. Everything will be all right.
Keep it coming. All right, Chris, thank you. So our next Sports Central has a brand new show this NFL season. Week 5 of Countdown to Kickoff is Sunday at 8:30 a.m. on CBS Los Angeles Channel 2. The Chargers play against the Commanders. We'll get you all set for kickoff, fantasy tips, and so much more.
Well, the Trump tariff has apparently created a nightmare for UPS, which has dumped thousands of packages heading to the U.S. due to new customs requirements. Customers have been complaining for weeks about their inability to track their packages because of this confusion. It's due in part to the elimination of the de minimis tariff exemption on August 29th. So de minimis allow packages worth $800 or less to enter the U.S. duty-free. UPS says it's doing its best to get all the packages to their destination.
Oh boy, and I expect to pay even more to dine out. Prices at your favorite restaurants are projected to continue to rise. The cost of staples like hamburgers, coffee, burritos is going up. It's according to the software company Toast. Nearly half of restaurants surveyed plan to raise menu prices further if everything else continues to spike. They say they would have to raise prices by as much as 30% just to stay profitable. They already have their margins raised. You know, food costs and prices.
When you talk to a restaurant owner, they said, we're not in this to get rich. I mean, they're barely hanging on as it is. I know, and they work so hard. Many local restaurants too close.
When a chosen one stops having sex, the spirit realm doesn't stay silent. It shifts. It shakes. Demons start whispering. Lust spirits are deployed. Temptations multiply overnight. Why? Because hell knows what's coming. A consecrated chosen one is not just avoiding pleasure, they're awakening power. You think it's just celibacy? No. It's a declaration of war, and the kingdom of darkness knows it. When a chosen one shuts that door, Something ancient opens. Divine clarity, prophetic authority, an anointing that cannot be faked. That's why you're under attack. That's why the dreams changed. That's why the pressure increased. Because your purity is prophecy and hell. Always panics when prophecy starts walking. So if you've been wondering why it got harder after you stopped, stay with me. Because what you're about to hear will explain the warfare, unlock the wisdom, and remind you exactly who you are. If you're already on this journey, or ready to step in, like this video and comment 99 right now. 9 is the number of divine finality, and double 9 means your past is finished, your consecration is complete. Let's go deeper. They told you your body is a temple, but they never told you what kind of temple. Not one made for incense and quiet songs, but one forged for fire, for warfare, for glory. Corinthians 6:19 doesn't say your body is a decoration for God. It says it is a dwelling place of His Spirit, and wherever the Spirit of God dwells, there is power, there is battle, there is victory. When a chosen one stops giving their body to sin, something supernatural happens. You're no longer just worshiping God with your body, you're weaponizing it. Every no you speak to the flesh is a sword unsheathed in the spirit. Every desire you deny is a dagger against the plans of hell. Every time you choose solitude over seduction, you're not isolating, you're consecrating. Heaven does not anoint comfort, it anoints sacrifice. And your body, when surrendered, becomes a living altar where fire never goes out. This is why hell sends distractions dressed as desire. Because if your body ever aligns fully with heaven's purpose, you won't just survive, you'll invade. Imagine a warrior in prayer, knees on the ground, eyes on eternity, no noise, no crowd, just divine alignment. That's what hell fears. Not someone who claims holiness, but someone who embodies it. Because holiness isn't softness, it's sharp, precise, dangerous. A chosen one walking in purity isn't harmless, they're unstoppable. And if you think your battle ends with self-control, you haven't seen what's coming when your body, your mind, and your spirit unite under divine command. Stay with me. The next truth will shatter what you thought you knew about your own power. There's a power hidden behind purity that few ever tap into. Not the kind that makes noise, but the kind that makes history. Every time a chosen one says no to temptation, heaven doesn't just applaud, it responds with more clarity, more authority.
Self-love is the quiet strength to walk away from what no longer feeds your soul. Self-love is staring at your own reflection and finally seeing someone worthy of everything good. Self-love is choosing peace over chaos, even when the chaos feels familiar. Self-love is the realization that you are enough, not someday, but today.
Te aleje de mí, a donde nunca te encuentre, pero que seas feliz y que tengas mucha suerte. Amor como fue el tuyo, lo compro en cualquier esquina. Ojalá puedas cambiar. Si no, tu vida es perdida. Tienes que quererte un poco más. Tienes que aprender a caminar hacia los años viejos. Si llegas sola, ¿para qué llegar? Si llegas sola, ¿para qué llegar?
Y recuerda, eres el proyecto más importante en el que vas a trabajar toda tu vida. No te defraudes.
Huyes a Maripí en las galas, pero Manali, que es tu patrón en balas. Juntas son una bomba que no falla, y tú apagado mirando desde la valla. Te ven desde líder, pero nadie te sigue.
Los 5 trabajadores que no quiero tener en mi compañía. Número 1, el quien le quita clientes a los jefes. Ese ya está despedido. Número 2, el que dice que con lo que ya hice ya gané mi sueldo y que el patrón ya ganó mucho.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله الحلاوة كلها عشفة فيك انت عسل عحلة اسم الله وما شاء الله.
Se venden curitas para aquellas personas que les duele lo que yo hago con mi vida.
Eso de no conocer bien los nombres de los pecados me costó a mí una vez un disgusto muy grande.
¿De veras?
Oh, ¿sabe cuánto me duró el disgusto ese?
¿Cuánto?
180 días, chico.
No.
Es uno de los disgustos más largos que yo he tenido, chico.
Le duela que le duela, los tacos son salvadoreños.
Los tacos son de México, dijo estúpido. Todos los mexicanos, métanmele 2 tacos de chorizo y uno de cabeza para que se le quite los pendejos.
¿Sabías que las personas que no les gusta recibir visitas en su casa y que tienen pocos amigos no son así porque sean aburridas, malas personas o antisociales? Son así porque detestan.
First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But I spent oh so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. But I grew strong, I learned how to carry on.
Huyes a Maripí en las galas, pero Manali que es tu patrón en balas. Juntas son una bomba que no falla y tú apagado mirando desde la valla. Te vendes de líder, pero nadie te sigue y lo que tú dices ya ni el micro lo.
उठाई दिन न जवानी नड़े चल दी, उठाई दिन न जवानी नड़े चल दी, कुड़ते मल मल